Welcome back to the program. We have in the studio with us Miss Anne-Marie Marryshow, and she is the chairperson of the Independence Celebrations Committee. We're talking about preparations for Grenada's 42nd Independence Anniversary celebrations. Good morning. Welcome to you.
Good morning, and thank you for having me on the program.
Oh, you're most welcome.
Good morning, listeners or viewers.
It is good to have you. All right, so you've recently been appointed chairman of the committee as you prepare for the independence celebrations. What would you say is your main priority right now as you seek to ensure, of course, a successful hosting of 2016 independence celebrations?
Well, my main priority for this celebration is to ensure greater participation in this year's celebration and to make sure that all Grenadians know about the celebration and are part of it.
Okay, great. Who are some of the other members? You do not necessarily have to go through the whole list, but one or two of the other members, people who are supporting you, and what are their roles, essentially?
Okay, the committee comprises of a number of persons. We have a deputy chairman, John Williams, who is our deputy chairman, and he's responsible for the logistics.
Okay.
We have a financial manager who is responsible for the budget and the finances of the organization, Miss Isabel Slinger. We have a person responsible for the media, Shama Wells. The cultural aspect is Susan Benjamin. The expo, it's Miss Shanta Cox-Williams, Mrs. Shanta Cox-Williams. The mobilization, Peggy Nesfield. And we have the beautification also, it's going to be Peggy Nesfield and Cheryl Williams.
Okay.
And we have other smaller committees that are responsible for different areas, like the church services. We have Miss Valerie Rameau, and we have for the Ministry of Education, Mrs. Roden, and a number of other persons who also play a great part in the organizing and implementation of the celebration.
All right. So we have a comprehensive list here of the things that will take place for the celebrations, and we are about roughly a month away. How often do you have to meet just to ensure you're on the right track?
Well, we began a fortnightly meeting every 2 weeks, and now we, closer to the celebrations, we are meeting every week.
Okay.
Every Wednesday.
Okay, good. So are there different dimensions to the celebrations this year? If you look at what you have planned for this year and compare it to years gone by, would you say there are some different aspects to it this year?
Well, there are some different aspects, and there are some different, what you said, improvement into the quality of some of the offerings of the previous years.
Okay.
And for example, we have already begun the beautification process of our celebration, and the beautification this year is taking place not just beautification for independence, but we have what you call the environmental enhancement of our country. It will start in this year, and it will be enhancing communities, not only the decoration for independence, but enhancing the planting of trees, of flowers, the grooming of those fencings and so, to reflect different communities and so, and it is ongoing. Communities will be judged, and a plaque will be erected in the community that has shown the greater interest and greater appreciation for the community. So we have that project going. We also have modified Independence Day a little. It is in 4 parts this year. The first part being the national, the evangelical service. The second part will be the military parade. The third part is the rally and awards. And the final part is the grand finale with a cultural exposition as well as the Made in Grenada Expo. So we're having an entire day celebration. It is produced as a product for marketing. And because it is produced as a product for marketing, we are marketing to different aspects of the country, including our visitors to the island. So our promotion will take in the arrival of visitors to the airport. We have a still band on the airport. We are offering rum punch. We are giving away our flyers with the independence information. And so tourists can be part of this celebration. And as I said earlier, it is a product. It is a product for marketing. And it will continue to be a product. And so it will include Grenadians and visitors alike. So you can come every year like you come for Carnival. So we start in that process.
Okay, also, this is the first time you're actually involving visitors as much
At that
into the
level,
celebrations.
in terms of targeting them as a market for the celebration.
And what do you see, how do you see this promoting Grenada even more when these people go back to their respective countries?
Of course, it will be one of the product. You see, a lot of people are saying that there needs to be more product offering. And so this is an addition to the product offering. So people going back will be happy to come during this time of the year because there's something
to look forward to. Definitely.
Right.
Great. All right, so there are a lot of activities, but I want to just focus first of all on the Made in Grenada Expo. There's also a Buy Local Week from the 1st of
Right, and that is organized by the Ministry of Trade. But what is going to be the component that is going to be involved in the celebration is the Made in Grenada Local, which is a part of the Ministry of Trade. Remember, our independence is just not the military show, it is not the cultural night, but it has a lot to do with our economic development. And so this year, we are looking at our economic development as a big thing in our independence celebration, because this is all aspect of our country's development. After 42 years, we not only have culture and military might, but we have economic development. And so this is also a part of the celebration.
Okay, so let's go through some of the activities that we have for, you mentioned the dimensions for the celebration, the day itself, but let's look at some of the other things that are to come. The cleanup campaign, of course, is going on right now. There's still the under 15 cricket and women's 2020 tournament. So let's look at some of the things that would attract people to come out and support as much as possible.
Well, the highlight in that, it's usual to have the sporting activities for the school children, because you must target the school children.
Of course.
And of course, what school children like? Sports, culture. So we have all of these sporting activities in the schools, all of these competition in the schools. And on Independence Day, all of these people will be given their prizes for the winning schools in the sporting activities. But the highlight in the sporting activities will be the Independence Walk. The Independence Walk will take place and will have two parishes meeting each other. For example, St. George's and St. David's will meet at Montrouge. St. John and St. Mark will meet at Maran. And St. Andrew and St. Patrick will meet at Tivoli. It's 10K. And it is not a strenuous walk in the sense that you have to walk the extra miles. You can walk and drive. So transportation will be provided on the walk. So when you're tired walk, you drive, you get off again, you walk. But the actual thing in it is that communities are meeting at a designated point. And when we meet at a designated, we'll have a DJ. So DJ music, you don't feel like you're walking.
Yes.
And each walk will have their own DJ music accompanying them. So St. George's will have its own, St. David's will have its own, same as St. John, St. Mark, St. Patrick's, and St. Andrew. And after the meeting at those areas, we have the parliamentary representatives and persons from the National Celebrations Committee who will give a little speech or something of that nature to further promote the celebration and to motivate persons to attend.
Right, okay, and that would be on... So that will take place on Sunday, January 24th.
The 24th.
Okay, great. Right. So there was a media launch last month, the 8th of December, and now we have the cleanup campaign going on. Are you satisfied that people are, and of course we see buntings around the place, are you satisfied that people are getting into the spirit, showing their level of patriotism and just wanting to be a part of all the activities?
I think people are getting into the spirit. And some people are applauding the committee for having started early, although I don't think it's early. But we have to start at this time because it's Christmas and but we tried to start as soon as Christmas ended. The Feast of the Epiphany was on Sunday, so that means Christmas was ended, and basically Christmas ended on the 6th, which was Wednesday. So we tried to capitalize on that, and as soon as Christmas moves away, we try with Independence. We couldn't have any kind of activity, major activities during the Christmas season because we were going to be drowned. So we look forward to Christmas is finished, a new activity comes in. So I think it's going on well with the population.
Great. And let's talk a little bit now about the motorcade. There's a motorcade coming up on is it the 30th of January?
Yes.
There's a motorcade coming up from Roads Point.
And followed by the Calypso competition on that same evening.
The return of the motorcade. Okay, so this is something we haven't had for a while.
I wouldn't say a long time, maybe last year it was not. But the motorcade is also a promotional piece.
Right.
We are giving away flyers, letting people know about what is happening for the celebration. So it's part of the promotion for the independence, and it will begin in St. George's, and we go around the island. And in some certain communities, we will stop off and speak to people, some of the communities will be cooking and sharing that. It's like a Grenadian cultural event, in not just promotion, but meeting the people and letting them, motivating them to come out for independence.
Definitely, and they much look forward to National Colors Day.
Well, the National Colors Day will also be a component of the promotion, as well as the interministerial competition. You'll note that this year we are judging the ministries and awarding them prizes. We need to get the ministries, we have to start at home. Charity, they say, begins at home. So if charity begins at home, we have to start with our government ministries. Right. We have to have them decorate their ministries to give a sense of appreciation of what it is that the ministry is doing and showcasing. 42 years. How would we show our ministry up? 42 years after 42 years, Ministry of Agriculture, what do we look like? And we're going to be judging them based on the theme, right? Striving towards our destiny with faith and courage as one people. So you have to demonstrate that, and that kind of togetherness, and that kind of spirit for independence. So we start there, and everybody in the colors on that day who doing all down in colors and whatever all throughout the islands. We want to see the entire country wearing their red, green, and gold. Cooking the all down in red, green, and gold. Because you have red vegetables, you have green vegetables, and you have gold vegetables. So we want to see all of this kind of togetherness for the independence celebration. What we note here is that we need to bring back our national pride, our sense of patriotism. We're not looking at which government is in power, which is not. What we're looking at, let us come together to celebrate our nation. 42 years, it's a birthday celebration, and Colors Day should be a big thing in Grenada. Everyone should come out, decorate their places, their business places, inside, outside, wear their colors, come out with their national dish and drinks, and enjoy ourselves.
Great. So do you think that because when these celebrations are being held, it's of course the height of carnival activities in Carriacou. Do you think it would hamper it in any way?
I think it's going to be a plus, because carnival is part of our culture. And what the people in Carriacou are doing is they are integrating the carnival with the celebration. So for example, if you look at the calendar of events for independence, you would see a lot of activities within the carnival celebration. The Calypso competition, which is supposed to be carnival, will be emphasizing independence. So all of that will be taking part, and it's twinned carnival and Calypso. What is part of our culture? It's part of the development of our culture. So Carriacou would have a bigger celebration because they're also celebrating Carnival.
Right, great. And of course, we'll be using social media to ensure that the diaspora knows everything that is going on.
Right. Social media is high on our agenda. We have contracted a social media person to actually emphasize what is happening. And as long as things are happening, so we tweet it, we put it on Facebook. Well, you know, social media for young people is a big thing, and that's our target market. Social media is particularly targeting the young people of our country and also within our diaspora.
Great. Anything else you'd like to add before we wrap up?
Yes. I would like to say that there is another dimension to our independence celebration this year. This year, there will be a waste to energy conference and exposition in Grenada. That waste to energy conference and exposition was definitely placed within our independence celebration to highlight. Again, we're looking at development in our country, how we can use waste and convert to energy, and how we can save on our countries. It's all part of the economic development on how we can save, and so there will be a big waste to energy expo the 28th to the 23rd of January. It is all part, and as a matter of fact, we have partnered with them in some aspect of our celebration. And so they will be with us on the airport too, Stillborn welcome and so, and other aspects. And you would see that the colors that they're showcasing at the exposition will also be red, green, and gold. So the Waste to Energy Expo is all part of our independence celebration.
Right.
And we want everybody to come out because we have approximately 10 booths from the US with different types of procedures for waste, turning waste into energy. And so we want people in Grenada to come out. This is going to be a very interesting period within our country's history.
And where will this exposition
The
be?
exposition will be staged at the Grenada Trade Center, and it will be 28th to the 23rd.
And beginning what time?
It will begin the exposition. The opening ceremony will start at 9 a.m. To 12, and then after that, while the conference is going on, the exposition will be going on at the same time at the annex of the Trade Center, and it will go up to Saturday. We want all the school children to come out and see. They could make their own design afterwards in terms of how they see, and the emphasis will be on agricultural waste.
Right. Thank you so much. This is very interesting. Thank you for being here. We have been speaking with Ms. Anne-Marie Marryshow, chairperson of the Independence Celebrations Committee. And of course, we've been talking about all the activities as we prepare to celebrate Grenada's 42nd anniversary of independence. And as she just mentioned, a very important aspect, the Waste to Energy Conference and Exposition that will be here from the 20th to the 23rd of January. And as I mentioned earlier in the program, all the activities that are taking place both here and in Carriacou, so much to look forward to. We take a quick break. We'll be right back.